terrifying ones, dominant ones, stealth ones, and some that make countries control air battles, including the 6th generation, which leads the space war, the 5th generation, which controls the skies, and the powerful 4th generation, which has turning and speed of movement. In this video, we will talk about the most powerful stealth fighters and modern aircraft for the year 2024. MiG-41. It is an interceptor aircraft, reportedly under development for the Russian Air Force by Mikoyan as a replacement for the older Mikoyan MiG-31. According to Russian defense analyst Vasily Kashin, the MiG-41 will be considered a 5++ or 6th generation aircraft project. Expected aircraft features and specifications. The new MiG fighter is listed under Project 701 and the developers are seeking to make the new fighter superfast in preparation for sweeping the skies and space. This MiG-41 fighter will have long-range interception functions, which many sources have refrained from mentioning, and many designs are being drawn for it, and the Russian Ministry of Defense will decide on the final shape of the fighter next year. The MiG-41 speed is 4 Mach, making it faster than the American State Route 71 Blackbird. The MiG-41 fighter will be armed with Kinzhal missiles. It is believed that the air defense systems available in the world cannot stop these missiles. The aircraft is characterized by its superior ability to conduct long-term patrols and deal with all types of targets, including small-sized cruise missiles, helicopters and supersonic aircraft flying at high altitudes, day and night, in complex weather conditions and against the backdrop of intense enemy jamming. It has been equipped with a modern monitoring system with a large screen to display information that enables the pilot to view the air situation of the battle and determine coordinates and navigation by satellites. Technical tactical specifications of the aircraft. Crew, 2 individuals. Maximum aircraft speed, 3,000 km per hour at an altitude of 17,500 meters, and 1,500 km per hour at low altitude. Practical altitude ceiling, 20,600 meters. Maximum takeoff weight, 46,200 kilograms, maximum flight range, 3,300 kilometers. Flight time in case of refueling the aircraft in the air, 6 hours. The weapons used in the aircraft are long-range guided missiles, up to 120 kilometers, and medium-range self-guided missiles, short-range guided missiles, and a 23 mm hexagonal cannon with a speed of 8,000 rounds per minute. Rafale F5. The Rafale F5 is a French multi-role fighter aircraft of the 4.5 generation, under development by Dassault Aviation. It is scheduled to enter service in 2030, and some of the new features of this aircraft include new generation RBE-2XG radar, which uses gallium nitride technology and artificial intelligence, and can identify all types of aircraft, including stealth aircraft. This radar, called a disruption radar, uses a technology that combines the use of gallium nitride and artificial intelligence. Improved front sector electronics, FSO, which provides higher imaging resolution and better surveillance capabilities. ASN-4G medium-range air-to-ground nuclear missile, which is a super stealthy and hypersonic missile, ensuring the continuity of the nuclear strike. Ability to fly with a squadron of drones, such as the Neuron experimental aircraft. The Rafale F5 will be equipped with a SATCOM antenna based on GON modules and operating in the Ka band, allowing it to integrate the space sector into cooperative combat. It is not about connecting to the Syracuse 4 satellite, but rather to the Visual Intelligence Satellites, CSO, or SIGINT, SIRS, to enhance the patrol capabilities, both in terms of the area processed and real-time alerts. Each Rafale F5 can be accompanied by between 2 and 4 Neuron drones. Less expensive to produce than fighter aircraft, they can quickly increase the capabilities of the Air Force tenfold, without risking the lives of their crews. The DGA has funded the RBE-2 radar modernization program to equip the Rafale. It will in fact be a completely new, very advanced radar called RBE-2XG, Extended Generation. This radar will not only be equipped with new gallium nitride TE/R modules, but also with a new digital architecture that will allow it to increase its performance tenfold and become a true multifunction sensor/effector. The RBE-2XG modules will be optimized to operate in the X band but also in the Ku and K bands. This will allow the Rafale F5 to obstruct not only other aircraft radars, IADS radars, but also terrain radars that track strategic bombers, such as missile radars at long ranges. This radar, which will be called a disruption radar, uses a technology that combines the use of gallium nitride and artificial intelligence. It will be able to identify all aircraft operating within its range, including stealthy fifth-generation fighters. It will also be able to identify smaller targets, such as small drones that are currently almost impossible to detect by fighter aircraft. It would come as no surprise if Spectra, a full 360-degree electronic warfare umbrella, gets new GON antennas to provide increased surveillance and jamming capabilities. Like an onboard supercomputer to deal with the complexity and multiplicity of conflicting waveforms. The MWIR, mid-wave infrared, sensor on the Telios pod will be able to discreetly see the thrusters, because it is passive, at a distance of about 200 kilometers, and track several targets simultaneously, whether ground or air, fixed or moving. For the Rafale F5, the challenge is to allow the LRF laser rangefinder to reach over 100 kilometers to engage an air target with the Mica-NG missile without resorting to radar in situations requiring radio frequency estimation. The Mica-NG will begin its tests at the Biscarrosse site from 2023 and could enter production from 2026 to equip the Rafale F4. The MDCN cruise missile was presented during Euronaval 2020. The MDCN will have a lower payload and, on the other hand, will have a range of nearly 1,000 kilometers to meet the challenges posed by the new Russian S-500 system. The Rafale F5 can be equipped with a LiDAR to photograph targets in 3D hidden under vegetation, and a SATCOM that allows it to update the location of its targets using information from other combat/ISR platforms. The Rafale M naval aircraft in the F5 version can also interact with the new supersonic, Mach 3+, anti-ship cruise missile with a range of 300 kilometers, which will have a retargeting function thanks to the RBE-2XG. F-22 Raptor. The F-22 Raptor, produced by Lockheed Martin, is a leading fifth-generation stealth fighter. It features air superiority capabilities, along with ground attack, electronic warfare, and highly sensitive signals intelligence and reconnaissance functions. These aircraft were developed after the U.S. Air Force realized the need to begin replacing its aging fleet of F-15 Eagle and F-16 Fighting Falcon fighter jets with a newer, more technologically advanced air superiority fighter. Although the aircraft first flew in 1997, the F-22 did not enter service until December 2005. The U.S. Air Force initially planned to acquire 750 F-22s, but budget constraints in 2009 reduced the number to 187. The F-22 Raptor costs about $227 million. In 2015, the cost per flight hour was $68,000, which is nearly 3 times the cost of the F-16 and 1.5 times the cost of the F-15. What are the features of the plane? The plane is 5 meters high, 18.9 meters long, has a wingspan of 13.6 meters, and weighs 19,700 kilograms. It has a range of 1,600 miles, 2,574 kilometers, and a ceiling of 50,000 feet, 15 kilometers. Technical features of the plane. Wingspan, 44 feet 6 inches, 13.6 meters. Length, 62 feet 1 inch, 18.9 meters. Height, 16 feet 8 inches, 5.1 meters. Weight, 43,340 pounds, 19,700 kilograms. Maximum takeoff weight, 83,500 pounds, 38,000 kilograms. Fuel capacity, internal, 18,000 pounds, 8,200 kilograms, with 2 external wing fuel tanks, 26,000 pounds, 11,900 kilograms. Payload, same as air-to-air or air-to-ground weapons payloads, with or without 2 external wing fuel tanks. Speed, Mach 2 with supersonic cruise capability. Range, over 1,850 miles with 2 external wing fuel tanks, 1,600 nautical miles. Ceiling, above 50,000 feet, 15 kilometers. What improvements have been made to it? The F-22 has received a number of updates and improvements, including improvements to its ground attack capabilities, air combat systems, and more reliable stealth coatings. In addition, the aircraft has undergone a structural upgrade program to address earlier airframe problems, according to Simple Flying. The F-22 Raptor can fly 600 miles or so on internal fuel, enough to fight over Germany and Poland, according to the Telegraph. Despite initial operational challenges, the F-22 has proven to be a key piece of the U.S. Air Force's tactical air power arsenal, with its stealth capabilities, aerodynamic performance, and advanced mission systems helping to define its generation. With an expected service life until at least the 2030s. The F-22 will eventually be replaced by the next-generation air dominance, NGAD, fighter. The F-22's design combines stealth with sensor fusion, creating a formidable counter-air platform. With a top speed in excess of 2 mag with afterburner and 1.8 mag with cruising power, the aircraft boasts high cruise speeds and operating altitudes, enhancing the effectiveness of its sensors and weapons system while increasing survivability against ground defenses. The F-22's integrated flight system uses sensor fusion to process data from onboard and off-board sensors. This greatly enhances the pilot's situational awareness while reducing workload. Meanwhile, the radar and electronic warfare system provides the F-22 with enhanced threat detection and identification capabilities, and data can be seamlessly transferred to other aircraft via different communication systems, according to the Military Watch website. The F-22 features a glass cockpit with fully digital flight instruments and a monochrome display. The pilot operates the aircraft using a sensitive side joystick and an integrated control panel. The life support system features an onboard oxygen generation system and protective clothing for pilots for various combat environments. Although primarily designed for air-to-air combat, the F-22 can also conduct some air-to-ground operations by replacing 4 main launcher bays with 2 bomb racks. Which countries have the F-22? The advanced technologies and classified features of the F-22 have led to a ban on its export under U.S. federal law. Despite interest from countries such as Australia, Japan, and Israel, the F-22 has not been offered for foreign purchase, leading these countries to choose the F-35 in the first place. Su-57. The Russian fighter Su-57 is classified as a multi-role fighter aircraft, which belongs to the 5th generation and can carry out a wide range of missions during military operations. The Su-57 has a distinctive set of characteristics, most notably stealth characteristics, the aircraft's ability to hide from enemy radars, thanks to its design that contributes to reducing the radar signature, according to the Russian website, Rosoboronexport. The Su-57E is distinguished by its ability to fly at super-fast speeds reaching twice the speed of sound, 2 Mach, in addition to its design that overcame all obstacles facing previous tactical aircraft, especially with regard to the aircraft's range. The report pointed out that the aircraft is designed to carry out air missions that enable it to destroy enemy targets in the air, on land, and at sea around the clock and in all weather conditions. The aircraft uses a variety of the latest weapons systems, including guided and unguided weapons, according to the nature of the missions it carries out. The website explained that the aircraft has a cockpit that is the most modern in terms of aviation technology, armament systems, and defensive means that protect the aircraft from enemy offensive weapons that can target it from the air, land, or sea. In addition, the aircraft has an information support system that enables it to update combat data very quickly, which contributes to increasing the pilot's ability to deal with various threats at the same time with high accuracy. The aircraft is equipped with short and medium-range air-to-air missiles designed for fifth-generation aircraft, as announced by Russian Defense Minister Sergei Lavrov in previous statements. Shoigu explained that the missiles were developed to equip the modern Su-57 aviation complex and other aircraft. 3 features that make the Russian Su-57 the best fifth-generation aircraft. Advanced radar. The aircraft has a radar system that enables it to detect air, land, and sea targets. Maneuverability. The aircraft's fuselage is designed from composite alloys with reinforced filler to increase its maneuverability during combat. Battle data sharing. It has an advanced system for exchanging information with command centers and other combat units on land, sea, and air, which increases its ability to deal with the enemy. General characteristics of the Su-57. The aircraft has many features that have not been disclosed, while a report by Military Watch magazine spoke about the aircraft's extraordinary characteristics that it says make it unparalleled in the world. 6 radars that enable it to track 60 targets simultaneously in a 360-degree range, which means that it is able to detect enemy targets in the rear and sides from great distances. Various missiles, most notably the K-77 which has a range of 200 kilometers and can be accurately guided after being launched by an electronic radar in the front of the aircraft. It can reach a range of 1,500 kilometers while flying at a speed of 2 Mach, twice the speed of sound, making it the best in the world and allowing it to reach vital enemy targets and destroy them in record time. It has defensive systems that use laser technology to mislead enemy missiles. The Su-57 aircraft can land and take off on temporary and short runways in addition to the possibility of using it on aircraft carriers. Its high ability to hide and maneuver makes it extremely difficult to target with enemy missiles. Su-57 missions during the special military operation. The Russian Air Force used a coordinated group of 4 Su-57 fighters to detect and destroy air defense systems in Ukraine, as part of the special military operation, according to what an informed source told Sputnik last June. J-20 Chengdu. World's first in combat. China enhances its capabilities with fifth-generation fighters J-20. The J-20 can be considered in many respects the world's first fighter for air combat, as it has twice the range of any Western fighter class, and a much larger radar. Its avionics are widely considered to be on par with those of the F-35. The size of the J-20's deployment and acquisition rate lead to very serious consequences for the balance of power in the Pacific region, according to Military Watch magazine. The J-20's primary armament, consisting of PL-10 and PL-15 missiles, outperforms its American and Russian counterparts when it entered service in mid-2010. Unlike the single-engine F-35, which has very limited flight performance, less than half the range of the J-20, and no supersonic flight capability, the Chinese fighter's twin engine can accommodate many missiles, and has superior flight performance, overwhelming, and highly maneuverable. No other fighter is considered technologically equal, with the older US F-22 using outdated avionics and sensors, and lacking comparable capabilities or centralized warfare features such as helmet-mounted sights or distributed vent systems, putting it at a severe disadvantage against either the J-20 or F-35. The J-20's capabilities have improved rapidly between production batches, with the introduction of a new WS-15 engine. The WS-15 is expected to facilitate supercruise at much higher speeds, possibly exceeding Mach 2, while revolutionizing the fighter's flight performance at all speeds, allowing for combat operations at higher altitudes.